Hi, welcome everyone. A very good morning to all of you. So, I welcome all of you in our live sessions of Unanswered series. And today we have with us a very important guest with us, Kuldeep sir. And first of all, I would like to introduce sir. Sir is serving as a software engineer in TCS टाटा कंसल्टेंसी सर्विसेज। और जैसे कि हमारे जो डिस्कशंस हैं यूथ्स को गाइड करने के लिए हैं, यूथ्स को इंस्पायर करने के लिए, मोटिवेट करने के लिए हैं। और कई बार हम लोग बोलते हैं या हम अपने दादाजी या जो पुराने लोग हैं उनसे सुनते हैं कि ये जो दाढ़ी के बाल सफेद हुए हैं ये ऐसे नहीं हुए हैं, दुनियादारी घूमकर सफेद हुए हैं। So sir has been visiting just Japan also. So he has a lot of experience because he has met lot of people and he has been guiding and motivating so many people. And he got awarded with MPCST scholarship as well during his schoolings. So we have a very important guest for today's discussion, and we have come with a very important discussion for today's topic. The topic is how can we make the right choices a habit instead of an austerity. So as we all know that we have been facing lots of difficulty. We want to study like when I was a student, when I was an engineering student, so I was planning at every semester, at every end of semester, like in next semester I will be doing better, or at the end of exams I will be doing very well, I will be studying continuously, but I could not. Or many of my friends, they were also planning the same, but we could not. So for especially for the youth, we have come with such an important topic so that we can have some practical help, because sir is already guiding and motivating so many youths. So definitely we cannot have an important person like Kuldeep sir for talking in such a topic. So thank you Kuldeep sir for joining us. First of all, I welcome you sir.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, please say something regarding the topic. Can you please explain a little bit like how can we make right choices a habit instead of austerity?
Okay, so am I audible? My voice is clear to you?
Yeah. You are pretty bit audible. Please continue.
Okay, so the most important thing that we need to know is what is a right choice. Before we think about making it a habit or it is austerity for us, we have to understand what is right choice. Until and unless we don't understand what is right choice, it will always be an austerity for us. Or even if it is not austerity, we are going to land up in a wrong platform where we will make maybe the wrong choices. So, what is right choice? The right choice is that where the long term considerations are done. So, if the consideration is not long term, if the consideration is just for the short term gain, just for the short term benefit, just for the short term pleasure, then that choice is the wrong choice, because in the long run, that choice may lead to several problems in our life. I will give you an example. For example, there is a small kid, and that kid never want to go to school. Why? Because he wants instantaneous pleasure. He wants impulsive pleasure. He want to play. He want to enjoy his life. He want to be at home. He want to play with toys. But at that point, it is more important to go to school. So on his behalf, his parent takes decision and force him to go to school. So that decision to send him school is done with the consideration of a long span of time, his future, and several other perspective. So that is the right choice. Why? Because the consideration is long term. But if the consideration is short term, then generally what happens, for the sake of instant pleasure or instant gratification, we spoil the long term goals or the long term perspectives of the life. So this is what I wanted to convey, that what is the right choice. Right choice means always consideration is for a long span of time, maybe 30 years, 40 years, or the whole life, be considered for a long term.
Yeah, sir. Like I got your point, but sometimes some people they say like this also, like if you want to achieve something higher, if you want to achieve something long term, then you may be having some short term targets for that also. So
Yeah.
what is that means? How we can focus for that means, for achieving a long term goals, where we should focus, what should be a point of concentration for that, whether those short term goals or that means long term goals.
Okay. So the long-term goals can be broken into short-term goals
Yeah.
because just in one shot you cannot going to make a century. You will have to make century ball by ball. You will take singles, you will take doubles, you will play some boundaries, and then you will make a century. In the same way, the long-term goal has to be broken into short-term sub goals. But yeah, the consideration is always the long term. Yeah, this is what I have to do, but I have to break it into short-term goals. So you are asking that sometimes so many problem comes. So I will give you a very simple trick that how to make it easy to achieve the goal by making the right choice. For that, there are 5 considerations to succeed in life. The first is adhisthanam, karta, karanam, chesta, and daivam, which means adhisthanam means the place of action. If the place of action is perfect, then the chances to succeed is the guarantee of success is more. Let me explain how. For example, you are a PhD scholar or you are pursuing some other technical research thing. So you are now doing it under some faculty. There is some guide, some coach for you. Then there are some people who are around you who are doing the same thing. Then there is a lab to do the research. There are people with whom you can discuss. So the place of action is perfect. So you don't have to do much, many things. You don't have to decide much. You don't have to take so many decisions. Already there is a ready-made ecology or the ecosystem in which you just have to act. The choices are limited because the choices has already been made for you. So the
Yeah.
adhisthanam is perfect, then the chances to succeed is more, because then what happens, already the choices have been made, you just have to act on that. So the best way to succeed in life, to be in a perfect adhisthanam, in a perfect place of action. Then what comes? Karta means you should be attentive. Then Karanam means all the resources should be perfect. If you are a research scholar, but there is no facility for research, then how you will do the research? That will be very difficult.
Yeah.
So all the resources should be there. Then there is chesta. It means effort should be there. Without effort, you cannot succeed in life. Then what should be there? Then the blessings of God should also be there. Your luck should also favor. Sometimes luck doesn't favor. Getting the point. So the most important thing is to have a proper adhisthanam, to have a proper place of action. Then what happens? Automatically you make right choices. The probability to make the right choices increase. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I got a very important point. Even that is relating to my personal life also. Like, because of this pandemic situation and lockdown, we all have come to our homes, and now it's a little difficult to carry out our research work because we don't have that type of facilitation here, and we don't have that type of environment which we had in our lab. So definitely it's very important aspect, and that's why even our college, they have started calling people, means especially those are doing some experimental work, because they have to manage this situation also there, so they are giving priority to them. So yeah, definitely that is relating to my life also. Yes, please continue.
So the most important thing that we have to understand is your choices will shape your destiny. Our choices are going to shape our destiny. So it is very important to take the right choices. But the question is why we are not able to take the right choices? Why are we not able to take the right choices? Because there is a good dog within us and there is a bad dog within us. So there are inherent vices within us and there are inherent goodness within us. There are lust, anger, greed, envy. So since we are having all these viruses in our software, automatically we get attracted towards the things which are tempting us. But those things can take us away from our goal. I will tell you a story. What happens, once there was a boy and he had to appear in some interview. So he was just walking towards that place, but meanwhile he found something which he was addicted of,
Yeah.
like he was addicted of playing cricket, or he was addicted of talking to friends or some other habit. So he found that perfect atmosphere and he just got distracted. Why? Because of his inherent nature to get carried away by that particular environment. He could not go and appear in that interview. He got late. He just missed the chance to become whatever, IS officer, XYZ, any other thing. I'm just giving an example because it happens. Our
Yeah,
goal is here, we are here, but in the middle somewhere we find something which tempt us, which is temptation. So temptation will always be there, but what we should have willpower. So temptations are always there, but we should have willpower. But if now, if I don't have willpower, what can I do? Then you minimize the temptation. For example, I know I have a smartphone and I'm preparing for some civil service exam. If I will use smartphone too much, social media too much, then what will happen? I won't be able to focus on my study. If I won't be able to focus on my study, my exams won't go good and then I may fail. So we have to understand, now I don't have enough willpower, so better to stay away from this temptation. Getting my point?
yeah, yeah,
Since you have limited willpower, suddenly you cannot increase the stock of your willpower. So what you have to do, you have to stay away from your temptation so that easily you can focus on your goal. That is the right choice, but it needs some courage. Where I will get that courage? Adhisthanam again comes into the picture. When the place of action is perfect, when you're surrounded by the people who give you positive vibes, who give you positive advices, who give you the positive association, then automatically making such decision is very easy. In
yeah,
army, everybody, for everybody it becomes very easy um, to fight in some battle. To become a soldier is very easy because the environment is like that. So
yeah,
what we have to understand, we have inherent weaknesses of our heart. We have inherent viruses in our system, and we don't have to feed them. We have to be in an atmosphere in the association of people where our consciousness is tuned with the right things, where our consciousness, where our focus is tuned with the right thing. Because in our FM there are so many frequencies. Whatever frequencies you are tuned with, that signal you will receive. In the same way, if your consciousness is tuned in with something, some negative vibes, you will be carried away with temptations. So what we have to do, we have to tune in our consciousness by the right association so that we can get attracted towards the right thing, right goal, and right
yeah,
perspective of
yeah.
life.
Yeah, you told very nice point. Like two things are there. One is willpower and another is temptation. If you have good willpower, then definitely you can take courage. You can go for that. Otherwise, you have to reduce your temptations. Now, I want to ask, like, can you please give some practical tips, practical hints? Like sometimes we face some situations when we don't have that willpower, and we face some temptations also that we cannot go for our whatever targets we have set to achieve. So at that time, what should be our mood, or what should be our thoughts, or what should be our approach to get over from those temptations, and how we can boost our willpower during those low times when we face those lows in our life?
Okay. So you're asking if I feel low and lack of willpower, where I have to take some decision, but I'm not able to take the right decision. What
Facing
exactly
so
should I
many
do?
temptations as well. Yeah,
Okay, there are temptation. Then how to take the right choice at that point of time?
yeah,
So look, whoever you are the product of your own choices. At current moment, whoever you are the product of your own choices. So there are three modes of nature: mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. The person in the mode of ignorance is lazy, sleepy. He find it difficult to take decision. Then there is a passion in the mode of passion. Then there is person in the mode of passion, and that person, what he does, he he want instant pleasure. He want to do something passionately. He's very much result oriented, which is nothing is bad in this. But what happens? That person cannot continue for the long time. Why?
yeah,
Because he is very much active. Then there is a third person. who is the man of intelligence, who is the man of discrimination and determination. So here two things come into the picture. The first thing is discrimination. So you are saying that if certainly some situation comes, I have to take decision, I'm getting tempted, I have lack of willpower. It means either you are not able to discriminate or you don't have enough determination.
Yeah.
That's why you are getting attracted towards temptation. Discrimination means this is right and this is wrong, but it is not enough.
Yeah.
It is easier said than done. Even it is, even if it is wrong and I have done it so many times, my
Yeah.
mind will force me to do that.
Yeah.
Even if I know this,
Yeah.
yeah, right. So what we have to understand, that mind always want to break your resolution. For example, you have to take a resolution that I will do this, then mind will certainly try its best to break that resolution. Why? Because mind always want to live like a king. Mind never want to live like a slave.
Yeah.
And when you start making some resolutions in your life, then the mind give its best try to get that resolution broken. Why? When your resolution will be broken, your confidence will be broken. When your confidence will be broken, automatically you will surrender to the mind. So what happens sometimes? Mind sets so high goal, a goal which is very high. For example, I run 100 meter in 15 seconds. Then my mind will set the goal. No man, tomorrow morning you will run in 9 seconds, which is too high. But why mind set such goal? So that you become demoralized tomorrow, and the next day you don't disturb mind, you follow the mind. That's why the mind will try its best that you get tempted away, you get carried away with the temptations. So mind will give its best try. But what you have to do, you have to discriminate. This is right, this is wrong. Then again, determination to continue with the right. And for determination, you need willpower, which will not come automatically. So it is not practical. Some person can give practical tip. Trust me, somebody can give you some this success capsule, but it doesn't happen uh, overnight that you will learn to make right decisions. So you have to understand that's long, tiring process to become a person who takes right decision. So for that, what you need to discriminate what you need right inputs from the right source. Like you read the right books, you associate with the right people, you take guidance from the right people. For example, in case of Arjuna, what happened? Arjuna was not able to take decision. Arjuna was indecisive. So what he did, he took shelter of Krishna, and when he followed Krishna, Krishna told you fight. Why you fight? Because if doctor says, I won't operate, what is this? Hey man, this is your duty to operate the patient. In the same way, Arjuna like Kshatriya, Arjuna like warrior are the doctors. And when the whole world is suffering from the disease of adharma, they have to operate that adharma. That is the responsibility. So when
Yeah.
Arjun failed in his duty because of his attachment, his weakness of heart, in the same way, at some point we fail because our weakness of heart. We should take shelter of Krishna, or the representative of Krishna, or someone who is having the higher consciousness, who can guide us. At that point, you need a person. Getting my point?
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
example, whenever we do something wrong, we do when there is no one to watch us.
Yeah.
Why? Because this is the human nature, this is human psychology. Anything wrong we want to do it inside the four walls,
Yeah.
where nobody
Definitely.
is
I
watching.
have, I have
But
read.
when there is someone with you,
Yeah.
then
I
you
have
make
read.
don't make wrong choices.
I have read a very, very
Continue.
significant phrase regarding that. That a character is being defined what you do when there is no one, because we
Yeah,
do. This is our real character when we do that. No one is watching us. So whatever we do that time, that is our real character.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
so
another.
if
Yeah. Yeah.
that is not with us, then it is better to associate with such people, to be with such people. and keep taking their guidance. Because if you will go into such situation, better avoid such situation. Where better avoid such situation where their probability of taking wrong decision is there, where the chances of taking wrong decision is more. Better you don't land in that situation. For example, if uh, you say there is a baller, for example, and he land up in a situation where he has to play in power play in the first 10 overs. What he will do? All his life, uh, he's not able to.
Bowling, yeah.
He's
He
not
has
able
been
to.
practicing for bowling, yeah.
All his life, he has never bat. He has bowled all his life. So how can he bat in the first 10 overs? So this is we have to understand that out of suddenly it won't happen. It will take time, and we should be ready. We have to be ready to pay the price to be the person. For him it is a habit to take the right decision. You have to pay the price. There is no shortcut to it. Often we ask for the shortcut, that people want some shortcut, but for certain things there is no shortcut, especially when the change has to be done from within.
Yeah.
External changes are very easy to be done, but when changes are to be made inside, they're very difficult to be met. So we have to understand that it takes time, and we have to be ready to pay the price.
Yeah, thank you, Kuldeep sir, for giving such a nice talk and making us understand so many things in a very short time. Like you told about mind, how our mind cheats us. You quoted from Bhagavad Gita. You gave an example of Arjun, how he was facing such situation. Then he took guidance from Krishna, who was having some better consciousness than Arjuna. He told him what he has to do. And from Bhagavad Gita, I got to remember a very important phrase, like our mind can be our best enemy, sorry, worst enemy, or as a best friend also. So this depends on our mind. So it's better when it is controlled, then definitely it's our best friend, and when it is uncontrolled, then it is going to be a worst enemy. So I got to remember this thing from Bhagavad Gita. And thank you, sir, for coming
Yeah.
and for joining us for today's session. Now I'll request you to please give a conclusion, a brief conclusion for our viewers for today's talk. Yeah.
Okay. So, so the conclusion is in three lines. The first line is associate with the right people,
Yeah.
right books, right atmosphere, right association, because you are the sum total of the 5-10 people you associate both with, the 5-10 book you read, the 5-10 movies which you watch. So be very cautious that what input you take, because it acts like ecosystem. What goes in, that comes out, and your choice is the outcome. So the first thing is associate with the right people, right thing, right books, right movies or whatever. Then automatically the choices will be right. But the choices are the output of the input which you have taken all your life, and it's not going to change very easily. Another
Yeah.
thing, to take the right decision, you should be in the right frame of mind, in the right consciousness, and for that meditation really helps. So every person should take up some meditation. As I personally do mantra meditation, which can be further elaborated sometime. So mantra meditation a person can take up, that puts up in a situation or in a consciousness where taking the right decision is very easy for us. Then we don't take the impulsive decision, we take intelligent decision,
Yeah.
right? So mantra meditation helps us a lot. Then the third thing is we have to understand that even if there is one person, but that person take inspiration from us, so we have to take the right decision in our life for that one person.
Yeah.
Even if there is one person, but at least one person is there who likes you, who follow you. For the sake of him, let's try to take the right decision. And even if you take the bad decision, don't lose hope. Just continue this fight, because inner battle is not so easy to win. That battle is the greatest battle to change oneself. And let's change ourselves, because charity begins from home.
Yeah.
Be the change that we want to see in the world. So this is all my advice, conclusive advice to everyone. And let's pray for each other, because prayer really works. Let's pray for each other to have the right changes in our attitude, in our nature, behavior, character. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kuldeep sir, for joining us. I am very honored to share this stage or Facebook sessions at live Facebook Live. So I'm very glad to have you, sir, for today's talk. And for your from your concluding sessions, like the last conclusion you gave to us, I got to remember three monkeys of Mahatma Gandhi. Like the quality of input you are taking, definitely that is going to be the output of yours. So you should try to not take bad, at least bad inputs inside. Otherwise, definitely you are going to have some negative inputs out, negative outputs. So thank you, sir, for
Yeah.
coming and for joining us. And for our viewers, I have a request. I am arguing to all of you that please like and share all these videos, because we are here to help our youths. We are here to help those people, those are feeling lows in their life. If they have any type of questions, any type of queries regarding spirituality, regarding if they have any problems related to their emotions, related to their mental stresses, they can personally message to us in our Facebook pages. And please do like and subscribe our YouTube channel as well. There also we keep posting such content that is very helpful for the youth and for the other ages people also. So thank you, Kuldeep sir, and thank you all our viewers for joining us for Facebook Live today. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.